Welcome back to AMTV News. I'm your anchor, Topher Morrison. It's Monday, September 16th, 2012. If you built it, they will war. And this war has been building for years. There is hardly a place on the globe enjoying peace. Protests against government policies span the planet from Russia to Argentina. China and Southeast Asia are in a protracted spat over uninhabited islands atop vast energy stores. Japan's ambassador to China recently died mysteriously amidst the heightened tensions. The Middle East is once again aflame. Europe's southern economies are on the brink. It is 2012, and we're here, on the verge of wars of every stripe. Meet the press, Netanyahu meddling in U.S. elections. Netanyahu, during a heated election season, has been doing a little barnstorming himself, just not in Israel. He has been clearly drumming up support from the American people for his preemptive October surprise, as it reported last month. In other words, a preemptive strike on Iran's purported nuclear weapons program. Mere containment and those advocating a nuclear Iran are examples of a, quote, new level of human stupidity, according to the Prime Minister of Israel. In the following clip, David Gregory on Meet the Press aptly illustrates the conflict of interest our foreign aid to Israel has created.
Prime Minister, one more question on the American election. You have been accused this week by pundits in this country of trying to interfere in this presidential election, siding with Governor Mitt Romney. Now, Governor Romney, for a year, and he said it in his convention speech, has said, quote, President Obama has thrown allies like Israel under the bus. Do you agree or disagree with Governor Romney's charge? It's a serious charge.
Well, you're trying to get me into the American election, and I'm not going to do that. The relationship between Israel and the United States is a bond of just a very powerful bond. It was, it is, and will be. It will continue to be. And I can tell you, there's no leader in the world who's more appreciative than me of the strength of this alliance. It's very strong. There's no one in Israel who appreciates more than me the importance of American support for Israel. It's not a partisan issue. In fact, we cherish the bipartisan support of Democrats and Republicans alike. This is critical for us.
But Prime Minister, with respect, if I may just interrupt you.
That we take.
I think this is a very important point, because you say you don't want to interfere in the election. There are tens of millions of Americans who are watching that speech, who hear that rhetoric, who hear that charge, who may not understand the complexities of this issue. You are the leader of the Jewish people. You say this is not a partisan issue. You get billions of dollars from direct foreign investment from this country, hundreds of millions of dollars from Americans, Jews, and Christians alike from this country. It seems to me for you to remain silent on whether this administration has thrown Israel under the bus is tantamount to agreeing with the sentiment. So where do you come down on that specific charge against President Obama?
No, there you go again, David. You're trying to draw me into something that is simply not the case, and it's not my position. My position is that we have strong cooperation. We'll continue to cooperate. We're the best of allies, and Israel is the one reliable ally of the United States.
So President Obama has not thrown Israel under the bus
until yesterday. So there's no bus, and we're not going to get into that discussion except to say one thing: we have a strong alliance, and we're going to continue to have a strong alliance. I think the important question is, where does the only bus that is really important is the Iranian nuclear bus. That's the one that we have to derail, and that's my interest. That's my only interest.
Next, attack on U.S. consulate in Libya pre-planned. There is no doubt in the mind of Mohammed Youssef, president of Libya, that the attacks on the U.S. consulate and Ambassador Christopher Stevens was pre-planned for months and by foreign elements. Whoever they were, 50 arrests have been made thus far. They enjoyed remarkable intelligence and poise as they attacked in two waves and managed to successfully assault an ostensibly secure and secret safe house. Webster Griffin Tarpley, economist and historian, suggests the nexus between the alleged director of the incendiary film which preempted the attacks, armed militias, and proximity to U.S. elections is a dark tapestry of deep state design. Next, Libyans deliver largest weapon cache to Syria yet. According to the Times UK, over 400 tons of cargo, which included SAM-7 surface-to-air anti-aircraft missiles and rocket-propelled grenades, have been delivered by a Libyan ship to aid Syrian rebels in their fight against Bashar al-Assad of Syria. The ship's captain, Omar Musib, is from Benghazi, a hotbed of jihadi extremists. The Times insinuates much of the ordnance may have been from vast weapon caches that vanished after the overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi in Libya last year. Next, QE3 helps the rich, soaks the rest. Ben Bernanke last week confirmed the Federal Reserve will buy $40 billion per month indefinitely, will extend its zero-rate interest policy to mid-2015, and print another $800 billion to purchase mortgage-backed securities. For those of you concerned with the vast income inequality in this country, here it is. This is the institution which facilitates it all. This is what regressive taxes, stagnant wages, crony capitalism, bubbles, rich get richer while the poor get poorer, can't make ends meet, 3 jobs just to get by, and trickle-down poverty looks like. A private central bank. Occupy this. Next, FBI terror factory nabs its own again. Abdel Daoud, apparently a U.S. citizen of Arab descent, was caught in an FBI sting operation after attempting to detonate a fake explosive device in downtown Chicago, a device provided by undercover FBI agents posing as Islamic extremists. Some call it entrapment, the FBI calls it the war on terror, and it's essentially legal under the Patriot Act to provide such an incubatory period for terrorists, so they have a few months to find their rhythm. Rather than actually investigate crime, this is the new FBI, stage manager involved in elaborate shams to catch would-be terrorists. Next, petro-yuan, death of the petrodollar. It is the seminal moment in a saga which began in the 1970s. Playing midwife to the birth of the petrodollar was none other than Henry Kissinger and the royal house of Saud, who agreed to sell oil in American dollars. China on September 6th announced its intention to bypass this system. How? Russia, as of September 7th, will sell oil to China denominated in yuan in any and all amounts they desire. This undermines U.S. sanctions on Iran. The U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency and animates the current tensions in Persia. Capturing every corner of the alternative media, watch AMTV News Monday through Friday. Find our in-depth commentary and analysis of stories like these at greenwave.com, part of the AMTV network. AMTV, the voice of independence.